Yeah, you get the pay rise whether you've accepted it or not, and I can see people who will say, well, this solves my problems or this eases my problems to a certain degree, but reading between the lines, what you're saying is that the problems just won't go away. A 5% pay rise won't solve those problems because you'll still have to work harder than you ever had to before, and patient safety is still a big concern for you.
Definitely, yes. I think the pay rise with the cost of inflation just doesn't marry up. So you're going into work and then you're struggling to pay your bills. You know, it's like we were all saying, you can't spend claps in Asda. They were all clapping for us. The government was clapping for us through COVID. And now they're just not prepared to listen to what we're saying. Conditions in A&E are horrendous. I did a shift last Saturday and I was nursing really sick patients on corridors. They've been there for days. How can you wash somebody? How can you give them the care that they deserve when you're on a corridor nursing somebody whose life is potentially at risk? And I just think
Kelly,
they're out
how
of
do you
touch.
respond to the
We just need to
criticisms
come down and see what it's like.
But Kelly, we hear what you're saying and totally agree. I mean, it sounds awful. But how do you respond to those criticisms that I have to say have been increasing with the strike action from people like the former boss of the Royal College of Nursing saying, actually, this strike action is doing the same. It's harming patient safety. There were situations on Monday, were there not, when people were not providing life and limb coverage for patients. Situations in A&E became incredibly grave. Nurses refused to come and help in intensive care when they're being begged to come and help patients. I mean, as a nurse in a vocational profession, what do you say to those criticisms?
So where I work, the critical care was covered by colleagues who weren't in the Royal College of Nursing. The consultants were on as well. And I think as a nurse, if I was asked to go back into work, I would, but I wasn't asked that question. The wards were safe at that point. I just think we've got to carry on fighting. We've got to be heard. People don't realise that if we don't stand up and do something now, there's going to be no NHS to fight for. People's lives are at risk on a daily basis. Us walking out on that day did not put anybody at any further risk than they already are walking into a hospital these days. It's heartbreaking. As a nurse, I've been nursing for 28 years. I never thought I'd be on a picket line. And it's just got to that point where we've got to stand up and do something. I don't think people realise how actually bad it is unless you've actually gone in and sat in an A&E for 36 hours waiting to be seen. You don't understand. There was a patient who was a cancer patient who came to the strike picket line on Monday in a wheelchair, and he was waiting for cancer treatment and he was supporting us. You know, so we have got the public support. We haven't got the politician support, but definitely the public. I saw it for myself on Monday. The amount of people who came up to support us was unbelievable.
Kelly, nobody's doubting what you saw or what you are experiencing, but other unions around you they're either not seeing it the same way or they're not standing with you together on all of this. So how long can your union keep protesting, keep objecting, keep striking?
I think the other unions aren't standing with us because the Royal College of Nursing is the voice of nurses. We are nurses that are in that union. Other unions have other workers who work in the hospital. They have painters, decorators, gardeners, all canteen
haven't
staff.
They're nurses.
We are the voice of nurses, and we are going to carry on fighting, because if we don't, it's already on its knees. There's going to be no NHS for us to fight over, which is very, very concerning.